It all started the first time I ever saw a Diva Cup. I was a bartender and I looked inside of it and there was like a little, little mark that said like ½ an ounce or whatever. And I was like, some sick fucks are probably out here drinking this. Fast forward 2 years, I'm in Austin and I'm sitting, I'm sitting with my friend and I was like, hey, like how much would somebody have to pay you to drink your own Diva Cup? And she was like, to be honest, like 20 bucks, like not that much. I was sitting there on the couch and I started like looking it up online and I came across Barbara Walker, who is iconic. Her book, the Women's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secrets. And it was just every single entry about how in all of these different world religions, different world knowledge, pagan traditions, that menstrual blood was considered really sacred. So it's only on the day where it's absolutely red. You have literally one window of time where it's absolutely, absolutely red, not a tint of brown, not a tint of any other color. And I was like, all right. It just so happened that I was on my period at that time. It was a full moon in Scorpio and it was bright red. So I said, all right, bottoms up, let's try this. And I was super surprised. I was like, wow, didn't taste bad at all. But then something crazy happened. Within 24 hours, first of all, I was walking every single day from because I had no money and nothing to do. So I would walk from my house at 12th and Chicone in Austin all the way to the Whole Foods in the actual downtown, and super long walk, like 2.5 hours. But this time when I was walking, everywhere I walked, men were turning around and looking at me. This one guy even crossed the street in the middle of traffic and just walked up to me and said, wow, like, wow. That's all I can say, wow. I was like, well, this is interesting. Within the next 48 hours, all of these, I just realized that there was a bunch of people that were like leeching off of me, no pun intended. And I just immediately cut them out of my life. And I started to see a lot of improvements all over the place. Even crazier was I was told that it was going to be really hard for me to have kids. Well, 1 month later, my period was a week late the following month. And then the next month when it was late again, I was pregnant. So I was like, this is crazy. But here's where you really have to be careful. One of my friends, who's a priestess in Ifa, one of the first priestesses in Ifa ever, because it used to not be allowed for women. And she was like, she had all of these different boy toys. And one of them was like this Japanese guy who was super sub. And she was going to drink hers because she was so inspired by my story. But instead at the last minute, she's like, okay, I'm going to have him drink it instead. Within 24 hours, the power dynamic had completely shifted, where she was chasing him down and he was completely uninterested, and she became obsessed with him. So don't give this power away and don't get pregnant unless you want to.